As soon the camera starts to move, the viewer automatically expects that something is happening. He's getting more information to process. For me, this is just really like the future of camera movements in cinema. I don't want to know how often he already crashes. It's just really sick. So keep watching and I'm gonna show you later. Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. My name is Peter and today I'm going to show you how to create a cinematic look like this. So when it comes to cinematic looking shots, there are some other factors that really play a role. Today we are just going to focus on camera movement. The one thing that really destroys cinematic looking footage is shakiness, if it's not shooted on purpose. You can easily see that the footage is looking pretty shaky and not much dynamic. What I mean by dynamic is that the image is not really changing. As soon you're just trying to make sure that you keep the camera steady and you just add a little bit motion like in here, it instantly looks better. This is a typical movement we always see in cinema. It's like the cinematic black bars. As soon you add cinematic black bars in your brain, it really makes the connection to cinema. And the same counts for steady cinematic movements. As soon the camera starts to move, the viewer automatically expects that something is happening. He's getting more information to process, and that's what you really want to achieve. You can enhance this feeling of dynamic even more if you just put something in the foreground. It really adds even more dynamic into the shot. To have something in the foreground while the camera is moving not just makes it more dynamic, the whole image is looking more three-dimensional. But this actually belongs more to compositing. There are a lot of other camera movements we usually really bring in connection with cinema. For example, a tilt. So the camera usually shows up and it goes down till the spot is revealed. And we got the parallax shot. I really like this one because it just brings so much movement into the scene. It's really dramatic. The whole background is moving. The subject in the front really is separated from the background. Also very common these days are the hyperlapses. Especially if you're adding a lot of motion blur to them. They really give you the feeling like you're flying through time and space. It's just so fast and there is so much information going on that you just can't look away. And we have the pan. The pan is also transporting a lot of energy to the shot. So you don't even have to cut a scene, you can just pan to a different spot and you have a totally different image. You can also easily make a transition between two scenes inside of a pan because there is so much motion blur going on and it's just so fast that the viewer won't even notice that there was a cut. The rec focus is really helpful, just guiding the eye of the viewer from one subject in the scene to another one. What you can also do is just combine different variations of shots. For example, you have a push in and you just rec the focus. So you're moving the camera right next to the ground and then you just rec the focus. A lot of these movements have a specific psychological effect to the audience. It's okay to have shaky footage if it underlines the scene. If it's an action scene, for example, and you have people running around and you have a shaky camera, it just looks way better because it just looks more dramatic. Or for example, if you're shaking the camera while somebody's dancing, it just gives the audience more the feeling of being right there. There are so many different meanings for camera movements in cinema. I don't know all of them, but this is probably more useful for really big Hollywood movies. It don't have to be the exact right camera movement for a scene. It's your choice, and if you like this camera movement and you really like to show something like a Dutch angle in a just really lovely scene between groom and bride, it's also okay to show it. I really don't want to say that a super dynamic movement is always a better choice. In the end, it always depends on the project you're working on. Now we are getting there to the moment everybody's waiting for. The special thing about this shot is that there was no big Hollywood production team behind it. It was just one guy and a GoPro Hero 7 attached to a normal mount to a racing drone. So this shot came straight out of the camera. There is no computer animations going on and stuff, so this is really unique for me. For my opinion, it's really a next generation camera movement when it comes to shots without using CGI. So it really shows what's possible with really affordable filmmaking gear. So like I already said, there was no production team in the background. It's just really like supernatural. It's like a roller coaster ride. It really looks like a lot of training, and I don't want to know how often he already crashed his drone. Everything was so many different movements combined in one. It's like a drone, upside down, tilt, reveal, push in, whatever. So this is just really cool.
I will never be able to fly a drone like that.
So well done, Johnny FPV. I'm gonna link the video down below in the description, so really check this guy out. See you in the next video. It's